Horrid Henry, the ultimate troublemaker, the nightmare child. But what if I told you Henry was never the real problem? What if I told you Henry was made this way? This kid gets punished for saying good morning, gets detention for not knowing the answer, blamed for things he didn't even do. Imagine growing up in a world where no matter what you do, you're always the bad guy. And here's the real kicker. What happens to kids like Henry when they grow up? You ever wonder why Henry acts out all the time, why he's always rebelling? It's not because he's just horrid. It's because his world is completely stacked against him. Take this moment for example. What did he do wrong? Nothing. But somehow, even a polite greeting gets him labeled as a problem. When kids grow up in an environment where they're always wrong, always the bad guy, they stop caring. They stop trying. They think, if I'm always going to be blamed, why should I even bother being good? And that's exactly what happens to Henry. He learns that no matter what he does, he'll never win. This isn't discipline. This is gaslighting. Now let's talk about what happens to kids like Henry when they grow up. Psychologists say that children who grow up being unfairly blamed for everything can develop anxiety, because they're always on edge, waiting to get in trouble for no reason. Trust issues, because the people who were supposed to protect them only hurt them. Rebellion, because if playing by the rules never worked as a kid, why follow them as an adult? His whole life he was blamed for things he didn't do. Now, as an adult, he either lashes out or completely shuts down. And honestly, who can blame him? If you were treated like this as a kid, do you think you'd turn out fine? Comment below, do you think Henry is the problem, or was he made into one? Here's the scariest part. Henry's story isn't unique. Kids are constantly treated unfairly by teachers, parents, and authority figures who refuse to listen. They get punished for speaking their minds. They get labeled as troublemakers before they even do anything. And when they grow up struggling, society calls them lazy, unmotivated, difficult. They break a child's spirit, and then wonder why the adult is damaged. So what's the lesson here? Simple. Listen to kids. Stop assuming they're the problem. Stop blaming them for things they didn't do, because the way we treat kids shapes the adults they become. And now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment. Was Henry really horrid? Have you ever been unfairly blamed as a kid? What do you think happens to kids who grow up like Henry? And before you go, smash that like button if you think Henry deserves better. Subscribe if you want more deep dives like this. Let's hit 10,000 likes if you want me to break down even more childhood characters who were treated unfairly. Thanks for watching. Now go be the person young Henry needed.